what country was it? It was not Pakistan. It was somewhere near India. Recently, students overthrew the government and they started a whole new constitution. I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, India even got their own constitution though, even though they're a part of the colonies. You guys are.
They have a communist party there that's quite powerful and hasn't gotten in yet, but yeah, I saw it there when I was there. I was like, what? You actually have the option of choosing communism still. It's
Oh
pretty
my god.
crazy.
Well, I mean, here you can join a communist party. I've seen that in the freaking election polls. Like, if you're a part of the political parties, they're not an option that's given because you're a part of that party's selection. You know what I mean? When you go and get the papers to sign. But like an
Mhm.
independent voter, I get to see all of them. And freaking, I kid you not, man. There's actual communist parties that freaking have people trying to run for office right here
This
in
is what this is
the
how Mark gets ready for a podcast.
yeah. So, I don't know if you guys really want to say anything about Canada. Do you want to say anything about Canada?
Yeah, I do. I just want to say that I'm concerned for Canada because of who they elected.
Uh,
The guy, he was like the head of the English central bank, comes over to Canada, becomes the head of their central bank, and then becomes freaking prime minister. He's like the definition of a globalist. And now he's leading like the charge against like the tariff wars against America, like that's going to do anything. It's just going to drive their economy into the ground, I reckon. I feel sorry for Canada right now, to be honest. That's all I really want to say.
Go ahead, Mark. I know you want to say something, dude. I know you want to say something. Don't pretend.
Yeah, sorry, yeah. I just realised I was muted. Roger, you mentioned the no pain before gain, before change thing earlier, and I mentioned exactly the same thing. You mentioned it in relation to Australia, but I mentioned exactly the same thing in as far as Canada is concerned. In one of our Matrix chats a couple of days ago.
Mm-hmm.
You could make a
Wow.
similarity
Actually kicked me off.
between what's happening in Australia and what's happened in Canada. People
Right,
are
let's
going
try this
to
again.
Get frustrated sooner or later, and presumably in the next 4 years, within the next election, there will be a major change in Canadian politics, like there might well be in Australia politics and also in British politics.
Yeah. Now,
We are on the cusp of something of a major change, I feel.
now, freaking Mr. Robot was talking about Le Pen. No, I wanted to kind of hold back on France and do Canada first because if I had to pick between the French and freaking Canadians, I mean, yeah, I'm not. I mean, Canadians are pretty fucked up, but like, we can't be freaking like putting French politics before the freaking Canadians. You know what I mean? That's like horrible. That's putting Canada down in a bad way, especially considering French people eat horse meat and shit. You know what I mean?
I kick the French out back to France, in my opinion. Send them back.
I don't know. I like a lot of
Maybe you should send ice over there, round them up.
Yeah, send them bastards back to where they come from, fucking those foreigners and shit.
Yeah.
Send the French back to France when they're already in France.
Well, I
Not
mean,
Trudeau, though. Not Trudeau. Send him to Gitmo.
fuck yeah, dude. Send his ass to freaking El Salvador.
Send all the French
Do
to
real well in the gangster prison.
Uh,
no offense to any French people that are listening.
except for the ones in Canada.
No offense to I disapprove of everything that Roger has just mentioned.
Okay, all right.
He's just
So
saying that so he doesn't get arrested.
So, do you want to kind of give your take on Le Pen's and what took place there, Mr. Robot? Because this is actually your freaking topic.
Le Pen's in France.
Yes.
Oh, I thought we were talking about Canada.
Well, we don't want to stay on Canada too long, you know,
Okay.
man. We got
Alright.
a short period of time.
unless we get something
Well,
important to add.
basically, the short story is that Canada had a populist leader come up, and her name is Marie Le Pen, and she has been caught up in this political warfare situation to basically politically like kill her political movement because they charged her with embezzlement, which I think she was imprisoned. No, well, they were going to imprison her, but then it got suspended. But she's got a 5-year ban from running for political office now. So it basically just cancelled her whole political movement, which I think is completely unjust. You know, she was gaining quite a bit of traction, and now we have she was partially funded by this like billionaire guy. What's his name? Laurent Wauquiez.
I had a hard time saying his name too.
Yeah, but he basically says, I don't really care who gets in. I'm just like funding whoever I think is like where the tide's going, kind of thing.
And actually, it wasn't even their fault. The money that was it was much more of a technical issue rather than a legal issue. Under EU law, leaders cannot control the money themselves. That has to be done by a third party. That has to be done by a somebody lower down in the chain, and this person was actually misappropriated these funds, and so she was actually used because she was the leader of the party at the time. She was actually used as much more of a scapegoat.
Yeah.
I
like,
agree.
yeah,
I
because they were
agree.
all getting up to that kind of stuff, and I bet she wasn't even, but they just like blamed it on her.
Well, she's
There has been
it
several
goes back
cases.
to
Who is
stupid people. You know,
who is the what's the blonde? What's the head of the EU at the moment? First line.
Say again?
Head of EU. The hang on. The president of
That
the
lady?
European Commission. Ursula von der Leyen.
That German chancellor. She's like
Yeah.
pure evil, man.
Yeah, the president of the European Commission at this
She's a
present moment.
freaking savage.
There is sufficient evidence to say that she also misused EU or EC money, and she was never investigated, and there is suspicion that there have been several EU/EC members that have misappropriated money, and they've never been investigated. Therefore, you've got to add two and together and think of this as being because the French party that we're talking about, what is anti-EU. You can see there is a question of political
Well, that's populism.
Let's call it, yeah, you could call it corruption, in fact. Manipulation.
No, that's
Oh,
true.
100%.
That's
100%.
true. Popular popularism or whatever.
Yeah.
Populism too. That's where they're actually manipulating freaking an ideology in order to endorse their own ideology. Like these people are clearly socialists. Yeah.
Ursula von der Leyen has significant connections to the World Economic Forum. She has contributed to discussions on European politics, green transitions, and global cooperation facilitated by the WEF.
Right.
Additionally, she was a member of the WEF's Board of Trustees from 2016 to 2019 and co-chaired the WEF on the Middle East and North Africa in 2017. In 2022, in a WEF meeting, von der Leyen addressed the impacts of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. In a speech in 2025, she discussed the need for closer connection ties across the EU in response to the new administration's nationalistic approach, which was likely a reference to the new Donald Trump. So yeah, she's straight up globalist, basically.
Yeah, I mean, it's disgusting because she's trying to ride on the shortcut of Donald Trump, who, you know what I mean? And she's clearly socialist.
Yeah. Well,
it's like make freaking, what was it? Make France great again. This guy right here that you're posting right there is wanting to make France great again. I read that earlier. That's just insane.
Yeah, well, this is what happens when they take out the populist movement. It creates like a power vacuum, and
remember Macron's also a big globalist as well.
Yeah.
So
yeah, and I'm sure your leader as well. What's his name again?
Starmer. Keir Starmer. Yeah. He's made. He's quoted to have said.
Isn't he buddies with the WEF as well?
If given an option, I think he made if given an option to either have be answerable to the public, to a democratic system, or work with Davos, which one would he choose? And he stated Davos.
Yeah.
So yeah, he doesn't believe in democracy.
And they literally go to a conference every year called the World Government Conference.
Ooh, I wonder what that
any more blatant than that. Anyway.
So getting off of France, dude, let's talk about the cool stuff you put up earlier too, because like we were you posted some stuff concerning freaking Gorgescu Baker, the Romanian election.
That's right. So, as you can see here, Gorgescu has been sort of politically prosecuted, and I've seen some of his speeches, and he's actually like pretty awesome dude. Very much for the people, against corruption and stuff like that, and he seems like a really level-headed person. Anyway, he's been prosecuted for some time, even raided by the authorities, and his political movement was gaining a lot of traction, also considered a populist, and I'm pretty sure Romania banned George Soros, right? Like they kicked him out of the country, and I don't know how he's like. Now they've come in and basically prosecuted him again, and the